Um, all right, my name is Stephen,
My name is Paul.
and today we're going to do our group reflection in relation to Scratch for Second Life project we had to complete. So, Paul, what was your feelings about the project?
I thought it went well. The group was a very strong group. I don't think our technical skills were the most advanced, but I think we worked well together, similar mentalities. So I thought it was good. What about yourself, Stephen?
Yeah, I agree. As for like the skills, I thought that we combined our strengths well as a group. I thought like that there was nothing really that we argued about, and that that one of us wants to do where or could do something even better than the other person. That we stuck to our strengths. Where I thought you were very positive in the way you thought about things and the way. I thought you were very positive also in the ideas we had, and that nothing seemed to phase you, and that's always an advantage to me because if I know that I'm working in a group and someone has got the same ways of thinking as I do, it settles me down, and I'd be, I don't be worried about completing a project if I know that my partner is in the same wavelength as mine. The attitude to get the project complete was always present. I felt. I think that the positivity was the driving force behind us getting the project done. We looked at like for situations. We looked at situations, and it was rather the solution. If there was a problem we had, we wouldn't really just give up on it. We'd sort of try to figure it out, and listen to each other's ideas, and usually we'd figure them out, and we'd carry on and go on to the next stage of the project. What did you think of the collaboration?
I thought it worked out well. The initial stages, we kind of went through email and Google Docs, and I found that slightly limiting because we're both given kind of short answers. We couldn't really elaborate, and then we started to move on to like text messages and uh, talking through Skype. And I thought that was working quite well. Then we actually set up some meetings and where we had questions and answers that we could propose to each other. I thought when we started having meetings with each other, that's when the project really started to kick on for myself. I thought more ideas came out of those meetings than the emails or the Skype conversations. So, Steve, how do you think the ideas developed within our group?
I think that we had many good ideas, but as um, we sort of thought about them, and because we were new to this sort of program of Scratch and Second Life, we both thought we'd just keep something fairly simple, like relatively simplistic, but it's still a challenge. So that's what we sort of decided on the maze because we thought, right, we could develop a maze um, because there's a start and an end of it, and we could easily make that, and then through the whole process of that, elaborate more um, on our project because like we were learning more as we went along. Our technical ability was being developed at all stages. Just even creating the maze and meeting up and texting and just even viewing other people's projects. I thought that we get kind of ideas, and I thought it was really good because every time like I came up with an idea or you came up with an idea, we both sort of agreed nearly all the time, which is probably unusual. But in this that's why I think the project was so good because that we did agree a lot on um, each other's opinions.
So, do you think that was actually a negative that we agreed so much, Steve?
Well, actually, I don't know. I think in a group project like this, I suppose agreement is disagreement would be classed as a bit positive because with disagreement and people's opinions being listened to, your project can develop even stronger because you're not always right, but whatever you say. But I think in this project, the way we worked, is in like we didn't waste time disagreeing. We sort of came up with an idea. We respected each other's idea, even if it was a very simple idea. We respected it. We thought about it. It wasn't a wrong idea, so we just carried on with it. And the project developed, and as it was developing, our maze was getting better. I started realizing that a really positive thing that we agreed so much, and I felt kind of happy throughout the project because I knew that if I ever said anything to you, or I kind of felt that if I ever pushed, asked you your opinion about what I thought, usually you'd always be very complimentary to me about it, and you'd agree and you'd think it's a good idea, which give me encouragement for the rest of the project.
So, Stephen, do you think it was actually a good or bad thing that we agreed so much throughout the project?
Well, usually it's probably a bad thing that, like, if you're in a group and everyone agrees, but I think in our group it was a really good thing that we agreed so much because, like, time was an important factor because we were both, busy with our work schedules. So when we did meet up, we had to be very productive. So because we were in the same mindset and we were fairly, very positive about the project that we were going to do a good one, I think because we agreed, it was perfect. Like it was just the way I like it because when I'm doing group work like this, if I'm in with a group and I find that there's resistance to my ideas, I don't tend to actually share them out as much as I probably should. But I felt no problem sharing out ideas with you, you're always taking them on board. So to answer your question, I think it was good that we agreed, and usually agreement can produce a fairly like average sort of a quick answer to everything. And but I think we produced something worthwhile, and it was good. I enjoyed it as well.
So, Stephen, like, what have you learned within this group project that you wouldn't have learned by doing this project by yourself?
Well, there was a lot of knowledge transfer, like things that you were very good at. I'd ask you how you done it when we used to meet up, and you used to show me. It's like I never felt like that. You ever thought that it was silly questions I was asking you? It was very practical way of me learning that just to ask you. Never felt under pressure to ask you anything. And I learned that that is good. That's what I like. Is if I do feel pressure of someone, and I feel that they think that I should know this already or I should have researched it, I find myself probably not asking it again. But I never felt that in this project. So I like that. Um, I liked, I learned that if there's a group deadline which we set ourselves, because I think in a group like this, in a project like this, when you're working in pairs in a group, you need a deadline to get things done. And because it was a deadline, I know that I'm kind of reliable. If I have a deadline to do something by, let's say, we meet up on a Saturday, by Wednesday, I'm going to have like the walls built. I know that I get it done, even though I might know how to do it, but no matter what, I'll have it done for that day. And I learned that I've done it, like, and same with you. It was really good because every time I used to go in, and I'd see what you've done, and I'd be pleasantly surprised all the time that it was just the momentum was always there. Like we were always working well in that sort of sense. So, Paul, do you think you learned more from doing this project in a group?
Yeah, like if I was doing this individually, I'd be very like have a clear path in front of me, know exactly what I'm going to do. Maybe not the length of time, but I think within the group, although we agreed on the solutions, there was different ways of getting to that solution. I think kind of the bounce and the feedback we got from each other, and again, I have to agree with like the deadlines and forced group deadlines was a major thing for me as well. Although there was nothing set in stone, it was the fact that I didn't want to let you down by not having it done, and I knew you had the same mentality. I suppose doing that within a group compared to an individual produced better work for myself.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, Paul, just want to say thanks anyway. It was enjoyable doing the project with you, and best of luck in the course from now
Yeah,
on.
yeah, I have to say, pleasure working with you, Steve.
No bother. Thank you. Bye bye.